win, go win, go win, go win, go win, man, go win.
Let's transition back to the NBA and let's talk about the NBA playoff picture as things currently stand. The Pistons, they have clinched the number one seed in the Eastern Conference with a 58-22 record. The Celtics are 54-26. They just lost against the Knicks earlier today, so they're possibly, I think they are 54-27 now. The Knicks are now, I believe, 53-28, and the Celtics are the number 2 seed right now in the East. The Knicks are the number 3 seed. Cavaliers come in at number 4 with a 51-29 record. In the Western Conference, the Thunder have clinched the number 1 seed in the West with a 64-16 record. Spurs come in as the 2 seed, 61-19 record. The Denver Nuggets are 52-28, and they are the 3 seed right now in the Western Conference. And right now, here are the odds to win the NBA title. The Thunder lead the way. They are plus 120. Celtics come in at number 2 at plus 550. Spurs also are at plus 550. The Nuggets are a plus 850. Cavs are a distant plus 1400. So when I look at the NBA playoff picture in totality right now, let's start off in the Eastern Conference, because I believe there are going to be less upsets in the East compared to the West. In the Eastern Conference, I believe the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics are on a collision course to meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. Detroit, they lead the East right now with a 58-22 record, and they just got Cade Cunningham back. And big shout out to the Detroit Pistons, because when they lost Cade Cunningham in March with that issue he was dealing with a collapsed lung, I thought the Pistons were in trouble. I thought the Celtics or the Knicks were going to catch the Pistons and overtake them as the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. But in the absence of Cade Cunningham, the Pistons were 8-3, and there was a game a few weeks ago against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pistons were in Oklahoma City, and they took the defending champs to overtime. It took the Thunder overtime to beat a Pistons team that did not have Cade Cunningham in that particular game. They didn't have Cade Cunningham. I'm not sure if Jalen Duran played in that game. Let me check it out real quick. The Thunder beat the Pistons 114-110 in that game. Durant didn't play in that game either, nor did Tobias Harris. So the Pistons' 3 best players, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran, and Tobias Harris, none of those 3 played in that particular game against the Thunder. And that Pistons team went to overtime against the defending champs, and they were 8-3 in the absence of Cade Cunningham. And that was the thing about the Pistons. Before Cade Cunningham had the collapsed lung, my biggest issue with the Pistons was, to me, they didn't have a true number 2 scoring option that was consistent enough to be considered true championship contenders. And that was my issue with the Pistons. But in the absence of Cade Cunningham, Duran has obviously stepped up. Tobias Harris has stepped up as well. And their backup point guard, Denias Jenkins, has stepped up. And even Isaiah Thompson has stepped up. And so this Pistons team, they defend at an elite level. That's the one thing about the Pistons. They play elite defense. They will defend at an elite level. And so I believe that the Pistons will make the conference finals. I also believe the Boston Celtics will make the conference finals, because I believe Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they are the best duo in pro basketball. Tatum and Brown, they're better than Luka and LeBron. They are better than Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. They are better than SGA and Jalen Williams. They are better than Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. They are better than Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they are the best duo in the NBA. They are the most proven duo in the NBA, and they are also the most battle-tested duo in the NBA. They've been to multiple conference finals, they've been to multiple NBA finals, and they've won an NBA championship. And since Tatum has came back, the Boston Celtics has been the best team in the NBA. And they have definitively been the best team in the Eastern Conference. They have. Now, the thing is with the Celtics, their front line, they are very inexperienced in their front line. I love Kata, but we got to see what Kata does come playoff time. I got to see what he does come playoff time. I think he got tremendous talent as a rim protector, but I got to see more from his name is Queta. But we know Derek White is a proven player in that Celtics system. Peyton Pritchard has also gotten better as well. But I believe the X factor for the Boston Celtics is Nikola Vucevic. Vucevic, that trade that the Celtics made with the Bulls, trading Anthony Simons for Vucevic, that was a big-time trade. Big-time trade. And Vucevic is a 2010 player. So I think the Pistons and the Celtics are on a collision course, and they will both reach the conference finals. Now, in the rest of the teams in the East, the Knicks and the Cavs are interesting to me. I think the Celtics will beat the Knicks in the second round. Remember last year, the Knicks, they snuck up on the Celtics. The Celtics, they swept the Knicks last year in the regular season. And the Knicks surprised me and everyone else when they beat the Celtics last year in the playoffs. But I don't believe the Knicks are going to be able to sneak up on the Celtics this year. The Celtics will be ready. Now, I know the Knicks beat the Celtics last night in MSG, 112-106. No Jaylen Brown in that game for the Celtics. But I believe the Celtics will be ready for the Knicks this year. What's going to be interesting, though, I don't know if the Knicks get out the first round. I don't know if the Knicks get out the first round because right now, if the playoffs started today, they would play the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Raptors are now the 5th seed, so that helps the Knicks. But I think if the Knicks match up against the Hawks in the first round, that will be a 7-game series. The Atlanta Hawks have been balling since the All-Star break. C.J. McCollum, Alexander Walker has been balling as well. The Atlanta Hawks have been balling. We got to give the Atlanta Hawks credit. I mean, they've been playing at an elite level. And I think the Cavaliers need to be careful. They need to be careful because if the Hawks have to play the Cavs in the first round, I think the Hawks could beat the Cavaliers. I really, really do. I think they could beat the Cavs. I'm serious. But Alexander Walker, C.J. McCollum, Jalen Johnson, they brought in Kuminga. I like that the way the Hawks have been playing. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. In the NBA, right now, though, I will say this. The player that has the most pressure, this goes for the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. The player who has the most pressure on him in the playoffs is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, I love Donovan Mitchell. We know how elite of a player Donovan Mitchell is. I mean, you look at Donovan Mitchell for his career. The brother averages 28 points per game on 48% shooting from the floor, and he shoots 36% from three-point range. But Donovan Mitchell's been in the NBA since 2017, and the brother has not reached a conference finals so far in his career. And the thing is, I know how elite of a scorer Donovan Mitchell is, but I can't have Mitchell in the same conversations as the Jalen Brunsons of the world, the Jalen Browns of the world, the Jason Tatums of the world, the Devin Bookers of the world. the Luka Doncic of the world, the Anthony Edwards of the world. I can't have Donovan Mitchell in that conversation with those other stars because Donovan Mitchell has not reached a conference finals so far in his career. And that is a huge disappointment. So I think Donovan Mitchell has the most pressure player-wise as we head into the postseason. He has more pressure than any other player right now heading into the playoffs. But it's gonna be interesting, man, in the East. But that first round gonna be some matchups where I think the Pistons beat whoever they match up against. I think the Celtics beat whoever they match up against. But the Knicks and the Cavs both could struggle.